Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to say, Call Halayim La Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rucha Kodash. All right, also double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well. As always, peace, love, many blessings to the elect. All right, this is your brother Atazawam coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai with another lesson, and Lord willing, I hope and pray that it's edifying. All right, this lesson is going to be entitled Armageddon, the Mountain of Troops. Okay, and it's inspired by these articles here. I'm not going to, click on the article and read through it because the title in itself is weighty. Okay, now it says NATO's 300,000 high alert troops, a concept for now. NATO vastly expands troops at high readiness for long-term Russian threat. Okay, so as you can see, NATO in the Bible is known as the beast, okay, pursuant to the book of Revelation, okay, the seven heads within 10 horns, okay, and those 10 horns represent the EU, okay, the 7 heads represents the 7 kingdoms of Esau, okay, and the whore that rideth upon the beast is America, okay. So this particular global alliance, NATO, is going to go at it with Russia. Now, they've just pledged 300,000 troops, okay, to fight in this coming war. And that lines up with the book of Revelation, the 16th chapter, all right, the place of Armageddon, all right. Now, this ain't talk about no Bruce Willis, riding on an asteroid, to save humanity. No, that ain't Armageddon, okay. Armageddon it simply means a mountain of troops, okay, and that's what you see happening. The Lord's determination is to gather the nations. So let's get into the scriptures. This is Revelation chapter 16 and verse 16. It says, and he gathered them together in a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. Okay, so what's happening right now is everything is being positioned, everything is being set up, for this final world's war, which will take place or begin to take place over in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which is over in the Middle East. All right, the Saudi Arabian Peninsula, okay, and that particular region over there, okay. So the mountain of troops, okay, let's go into it. All right, it's the word Armageddon here, okay, and that's the Greek. I believe that's the Greek way of saying it, but we want to get into the Hebrew origin, okay, which it says right here, Armageddon, the hill or city of Megiddo. Now, the word right here is har, okay, and the word har means, in the Hebrew, it means mountain or hill, okay, and then right here you have Magadwan, okay, let's get it. It says place of crowds, okay. Magadwan means place of crowds. Now, if you go further into the root word or the etymology, all right, it says Gadad, okay, and if you go down, it's to the last definition here, it says to gather in troops or crowds, okay, assembled by troops. So the mountain of troops, or the mountain of the gathering of the troops, okay. Now that particular place is going to be over in the Middle East, okay. It's going to spark off over there, okay. There's going to be intense fighting going down over there, okay, between the nations. All right. Now you're starting to see the development now, okay. They haven't necessarily activated 300,000 troops, but they have them on standby, ready to deploy in Europe at any moment, okay. So this thing is heating up, okay. Bible prophecy is pretty much jumping off the pages right now. It's vivid, okay. It's candid if you have the eyes to see, okay. Now let's go to the book of Zephaniah, 3rd chapter, around about the 8th verse. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, okay, which that's what the Lord is doing. He's gathering the nations. You see, the Russian armies converged on the Ukrainian border, and they're pretty much taking over that land, okay. You just had a BRICS summit, Okay, between all the BRICS allied countries, I believe they coming up with their own currency, and so the Lord is moving this thing around. Okay, it says that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation. Okay, because the Lord's anger is being kindled on all nations, not just America. Okay, the Lord is angry at the Chinese. He's angry at the Russians. He's angry at the Israelites. He's angry at the Indians. Okay, the Lord is mad. The Lord's indignation is going to be upon all nations. Okay, it says, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So going into there's going to be multiple places on the planet Earth that's going to get hit by nukes. Okay, multiple places. Now, America is the kingdom that's going to be obliterated. Okay, it's going to be wiped off the map. Okay, but there are going to be certain other places that are going to be nuked. For example, Israel. Okay, Israel is going to get nuked. Certain parts of Europe, okay, is going to get nuked. Certain parts of Africa is going to catch it. Certain parts of South America is going to catch it. Okay, certain parts of Asia is going to catch it. Okay, so it's going to be a nuclear trade-off. All right. So let's go from there to the book of Isaiah, the 17th chapter. Okay, let's see. This is Isaiah 17:12. Woe to the multitude of many people, which make a noise like the noise of the seas, and to the rushing of nations. See that? So the nations are eventually gonna move. Okay. Something's gonna spark it off, but the Lord is gonna put it in their hearts to fire this thing up. But it's at an appointed time. Okay, like the scriptures say, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. All right, that's going into Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. And that vision of World War III is set at an appointed time at the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. Okay, but right now we're seeing the development stages of that particular time. It's happening. Okay. Now, before World War III kicks off, of course, America is going to go through, a great tribulation. And other parts of the world, not just America, there's going to be a great tribulation that's going to fall on the earth. Okay. And then in the midst of that tribulation, is going to arise a mandatory, edict for everyone to take that MOTB. And once that's implemented, okay, and you can't necessarily buy, sell, and trade and do the things that you would necessarily do on a regular basis without that device, then that's when the war is going to spark up. Because remember, this is the war to end all wars. Okay, so this is not going to be a long, drawn out 4 or 5 year war. Okay, they're going to get into a skirmish. Okay, with their soldiers, they're going to fight, a conventional style war. Okay, and then from there, they're going to start letting off them nuclear missiles. Okay, because when the two big dogs come out to play, you can't go tit for tat. You got to just go ahead and throw the haymakers. Okay, because they have the capabilities to destroy your kingdom. So you can't just be playing with small fire. You got to let the big dogs off. Okay, and Russia is a big dog. Russia is not no little pup. Russia's not Scrappy Doo, man. Okay. So it says, and the rushing of nations like that make a rushing like the rushing of mighty waters. Like if you hear one of these nations, they do a cadence, okay, and they all stumping at the same time, or if they all run or march at the same time, it's going to sound like a waterfall. It's going to sound like a waterfall because it's so many of them. Okay, the nation shall rush like the rushing of mighty waters, but the Most High shall rebuke them, and they shall flee afar off. Because Eventually, what's going to happen is that you're going to have soldiers that's going to come over here too. Remember, you have NATO soldiers that's from various parts of Europe that don't like America. Okay? And they'll come over here and get busy. They don't know nothing about the Declaration of Independence. Okay? And the Bill of Rights and the different amendments. They don't give a fuck about your constitutional rights. Okay? You got some of these NATO's troops that's going to be over here. They don't know nothing about no goddamn George Washington. Okay? They don't know shit about George Washington. It says, and shall be chased as the chaff of the mountains. Okay? Before the wind, and like a rolling thing before the whirlwind. All right? And behold, at eventide trouble, and before the morning he is not. This is the portion of them that spoil us and a lot of them that rob us. So eventually, when those troops get activated, the Lord is going to rebuke them. The Lord is going to cast them down. That's pursuant to what? Isaiah 59 and 19. Okay? Isaiah 59 and 19 goes along the lines of when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Okay? But all in all, the Lord is going to pour out his indignation upon the earth by using these soldiers, and then he's going to rebuke them. Okay, Isaiah 34 and 1, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people, because the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. Okay, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations. Okay, so every nation that's here on the earth, the Lord is pissed off at, including the Hebrew Israelites. And there's a cluster of Hebrew Israelites in whom has the Lord has preserved for mercy, and he's not mad at the elect. Okay, he may chastise us or should I say the hopeful elect, Lord willing. I'm a part of it, but he may chastise members of the hopeful elect. Okay, or you may do things that may anger the Lord, but all in all, the Lord's grace is covering a remnant. All right, but for everybody else, the Lord is pissed. Okay, the Lord shall not acquit the wicked at all. Okay, it says, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. Okay, so all these armies that's being gathered and put together is being put together for the slaughter. There's not going to be a victor, quote unquote, in this war. Okay, Russia's gonna get messed up too. Okay, they gon' pretty much get the advantage over America, but hell, they gonna be fucked up too. These markets are gonna crumble. That's why the scriptures say the merchants of the earth shall weep, because they have no one to buy their merchandise. Revelation, the 18th chapter. So we're going to see a global fallout. It's not going to be Russia's going to, excuse me. Russia's not going to just rise to the occasion and swipe America off the board and then take over as the next global superpower. Okay, and everybody's going to, get brought into subjection to Russian rule. Okay, no. That's not the schematics. Okay, the Lord is just going to raise up that bitter and hasty nation, them Russians, the Medes, okay, the Iranians, the Chinese. He raising them up, okay, for his purpose which is to totally destroy America and parts of its allies. But at the same time, Russia's going to get hit too, and these markets are going to collapse. Okay, the earth is going to be in shambles, and the elect is going to get delivered from all of this turmoil, man. Okay, so keep an eye out, on what's going on over there, man, because that's primary prophecy that's going on right now, man. So Lord willing, that was edifying. Until the next lesson, I say shalom.